House of the Rising Sun is an original take on the 21st century apocalyptic tale. It hit shelves today, and its author is one of our very own coworkers. Richard Cox is the Director of Digital Operations here at Griffin Communications, and this is his 5th book. So first of all, big congrats on this huge accomplishment, and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you for that.
Let's start with just so people kind of have a background on what you do here at Griffin Communications and your role here.
Yeah, so my role as Director of Digital Operations is to manage the production and updates and everything on our websites and apps, the news apps and weather apps and all that. So my team and I just make sure everything is running so all of our viewers can go online and read stories and watch videos.
All right, so let's talk about your book, Richard. This is obviously very timely right now as we are in the middle of a pandemic, a year where things just seem to continue to happen. Your book about kind of the end of society as we know it, right?
Yeah, so what causes it in my book is an EMP, or electromagnetic pulse. And I'm sure a lot of viewers are familiar, but an event like that would wipe out a lot or all of modern technology. So your computers, your telephones, vehicles, the electric power grid, all could go down. And if that happened, it would leave a lot of people, if they haven't prepared yet, vulnerable, because how are they going to feed themselves and their families once the grocery stores have been ransacked and once their own supplies have been used up? Or if you live in a large city, are you going to leave the city and go out and look for food or water? It would be a really difficult situation.
What inspired this story?
Well, so originally, when I was very young, I wanted to write a novel with the title House of the Rising Sun, because it was a song my dad listened to a lot, and I thought that would be a cool title, but I didn't have an idea for it. And then a few years ago, I decided I want to write a post-apocalyptic novel, and when I realized that an EMP caused by a supernova, which is like an exploding star that appears in the sky, could be the cause, the title and everything all came together. And I, have read a lot of post-apocalyptic fiction, and often there are zombies that are the cause of downfall, or viruses, like in a pandemic, or a nuclear war. I thought it would be interesting if everything wasn't blown up, but everyone was still around, and just all of our conveniences didn't work any longer. And I didn't even know there was a thing that would cause this. I was just going to make up something. But when I did research, I realized what an EMP was, and that started me down into the rabbit hole of reading fiction, post-apocalyptic, and what was called prepper fiction, which there are a lot of novels out there that people have written from the point of view of a person who is prepared and what would he or she do if this happened. And of course, they always have supplies and weapons and everything, and they have a place in the country to go to. But most of the characters in my novel are not like that. They're just average citizens who may or may not be prepared at all and don't even necessarily know what has happened, because I think one of the most scary propositions of something like this is there would be zero communication after it happened. You couldn't go online, you couldn't turn on your television, you wouldn't know if the government was responding or not. And a lot of people would be in the dark about what had happened at all. I mean, there's a star up there, but why did that kill everything? So I thought that would be an interesting way to look at it, not from the prepper's point of view, but more from the layperson's point of view.
Certainly is fascinating to think about, and kind of a reminder of the power of technology, and picturing life without it can certainly be scary, maybe even depressing. And obviously, right. I know you have a message in that book. We want to let people know too that you do have an event tonight at Magic City Books to promote it. You can attend tonight's event on Zoom as well. We have the link to that event on our website. Again, reminder, the book goes on sale today. Richard, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care.